Hey there and welcome to my Nanowrimo vlog for week 1. Today is Saturday the 8th of November. We're supposed to have about 13,000 words and I have almost 5,000 words. I'm very behind. I'm always this behind in week 1. I'm really not that worried about the word count. I'm going to write more during the rest of the month. I know I can hit 50 even if I have a really bad first week, because that happens to me every single year, and I also have the last week of November booked off of work so that I can just write all day. So I'm very much looking forward to that, and in the meantime week 1 has been slow and it's been a bit of a week of ups and downs. I'm doing something a little bit different with my nano this year, and I guess it counts as rebelling, but I am working on the Paradise Swarm, which is my work in progress that I've been writing the first draft of all of last year. The first draft is finished. I have spent a few months kind of putting it aside and rereading it and deciding what edits I want to do, and a lot of these edits are things that I want to add that are from scratch, full scenes and chapters that need adding in. So I am using Nano to do these, particularly most of the first act needs to be rewritten or added. So that's about 20,000 words that needs to be kind of poured straight in. So I'm writing those words during Nano, but at the same time, because I really like the idea of starting something new on November 1st and allowing yourself to be as wacky as you want, because it's, you know, a nano novel and that's how it works, I have also started a wacky zombie survival apocalypse story on day 1, and I'm kind of writing that as well. I think it's really nice to have two things that you can bounce between when you're not feeling one of them. And that's also why I've really enjoyed writing the Paradise Swarm with 2 points of view. It just makes it really easy to bounce things around and not let one point of view get really stale. On Saturday we had our opening write-in and so many people showed up. There were 50 of us. We basically took over the coffee shop. It was like a sea of laptops and it was great fun. We had about 40 people the next day when we did our usual Sunday write-in, and that was great too. And on those 2 days I wrote 1,750 words the first day and about 1,000 words the second day, and for me that was a great opening 2 days. I know some people wrote loads and loads in that opening weekend, way more than me, but I think you have to judge yourself by your own standards and not someone else's, and for me that was really a good opening weekend. I was working on my kind of zombie apocalypse survival wacky book during that weekend, and that was really fun. That's a first person kind of short story. I'm not sure if it's going to be a short story or a novella or a novel. You know, I have no idea obviously what it's going to be like, because I am taking that one much more like a traditional nano novel, which is start on November 1st with not much idea of what's going on. And I like doing that because I find that you allow yourself to do things that you wouldn't otherwise think is okay for you to do. I mean, I love zombies. I know zombie media and zombie books is a bit overdone, and I know that a lot of editors have said they just don't want to see it anymore. And I think outside of Nano, I wouldn't really allow myself to write zombies because I'd think, you know, there's no way I can do anything with this once it's done. So I like the fact that it lets you kind of not be too utilitarian with your writing. Now during the week I was writing on the Paradise Swarm because I don't have as much energy during the evenings as I do at the weekend, so I don't tend to write as fast, and for the Paradise Swarm I just didn't want to rush things. So I wanted to save the weekends for like super productive loads of writing and do some work on the Paradise Swarm in the evenings. That did not work out at all for me this week because I was having so much trouble writing this book, which I know so well, and I realized this was because one of my characters really wasn't working, and I knew there was a problem, but I guess a lot of the research that I did when I was working on figuring out what edits I was going to do, a lot of that research kind of paid off, and I realized that there are just things I can't really do with that character as they are now, so I just had to completely overhaul one of my main characters, and it was like killing a huge darling, which I know is going to make my book so much better, but it was really hard and it made me sad. It has kind of slowed me down this week. I'm very happy with what I've ended up figuring out as a plan for going forward, and I've tried writing this main character with the overhauling today, and it was really hard because I wasn't used to that new version of the character. I still had the old version of her in my head, and it was just difficult, you know, just slow. So what I'm gonna do this week to kind of speed up my word count is that tomorrow at the write-in I'm going to write my wacky zombie novel, because that will be quicker, and then during the week I will write the scenes and chapters that I need to redraft that are in the point of view of the main character that I have not changed, because I still know him really well and it will be a lot easier. I'm gonna do that, and maybe it works, maybe it doesn't, I don't know. It's November, it's the month for trying things with your writing. I love Nanowrimo. I love that it's just making me think about writing all of the time like this. I'm about to go to someone's birthday, and most of the people there are writers, and a lot of them will be doing Nanowrimo, so I know we'll be talking about writing all evening, and that will be lovely as well. So I will see you next week, and hopefully I will be not as far behind as I am now. If you're doing Nanowrimo, I hope you're having a wonderful time of it and you're writing all of the words, and if you're not doing Nanowrimo, please enjoy sleep on our behalf, because we're not having much of it. I'm sorry if this has been slightly rambly. I'm sure you can tell I've had a lot of coffee today because I was out writing. So thank you so much for watching. I have been Claire, and I will see you next time.